video, we're going to do an exercise called the seated spine twist. Now I'm going to show you two different options of the exercise today. The first option will be slightly easier and the second option will be slightly more difficult. So just watch the video through, decide which option you think will suit you best for today, and then do all of your repetitions in that option. Now for both of our options, you'll need your small ball. If you don't have a small ball, don't worry. You can just place your hands in a prayer position or extend them without the ball. And you may also like to use your large block to sit on here because it's a seated exercise, and this can be useful if your hamstrings are a little bit tight or you find it uncomfortable to sit upright on the floor without any kind of support. Now I'm going to show you 4 repetitions on each side of the body of option 1 and then 4 repetitions on each side of the body of option 2. When you come to do this exercise for yourself, you could look to do anything between about 4 and 10 repetitions on each side of the body. So let's come down to the mat and get started.
So if you're choosing to use your block or some kind of prop, just positioning it on your mat there and making sure that your seat bone is tipping over the edge of that block, and that's what's going to give you a neutral spine and lengthen out the hamstring slightly. So the legs are long, just over hip distance, toes to the ceiling here. We have our shoulders back and down, and we're holding the ball to the chest. Now the reason we're doing this is that we don't want to over rotate, so make sure that the ball stays attached to the chest, the head stays above the ball, and the seat bones stay on the mat, and that is going to make sure that this movement stays really nice and controlled. So we're exhaling away from the centre, we're inhaling back to the centre, and the twist is happening in our thoracic spine, so the area, think just under your chest here where all the ribs attach. So it's not a very large movement here because we're not allowing our pelvis to move. We're keeping those elbows out nice and wide so that our chest is open and our shoulder blades are back and down, and no need to apply any pressure to the ball in this exercise. It's just there to give us a little bit of guidance and feedback. Now for the second option, we lengthen the arms. The breathing pattern is the same. We exhale to open and we inhale to close. And again, we're still rotating from our thoracic spine. So you shouldn't at any point feel your bottom lifting from the ground or the block. You shouldn't see or feel your legs or your toes moving. The twist is happening from just under that chest area. But in this position here, we're using our shoulder muscles a little more, our deltoids. We should feel that we can open up the chest slightly more so we get a little bit more stretch neck muscles. And we can also rotate the head a little bit further as well. So that can also feel nice just to get some extra movement through that part of the body. So a little bit harder work on the upper body, this one. Still think of that as being open, shoulder blades back and down, and you're really working your back and core muscles here to keep yourself seated really upright in this position. So imagine yourself in a corset. You're trying not to lean forwards, backwards or sideways. We're just rotating on the axis of the spine, and that's a great exercise for your upper body posture.